Hello and welcome to this mystery reading. My name is Molly. I am the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining me on this mystery reading. These readings are timeless and they are just a source for you to come utilize whenever you need some nourishment. So trust that if you clicked on this video, there is something here for you. I am going to set the intention right off the bat to give you guys the best messages you need to hear today. And of course, I'm going to start with some tarot cards. I'm going to start with the Pause Tarot. And let's start, shall we? Let's see what this group needs to talk about most. And putting your energy into the cards right as we speak. So let the magic begin. All right, what do we need to talk about today with this group on this mystery reading? I have the Hierophant. The first card out is the Hierophant. Okay, so it's a major arcana. Straight up, you have been doing some spiritual work when it comes to your belief systems, your mindset, how you are seeing a certain thing in your life. I have the King of Swords at the top of the deck. This has been a stubborn mindset and perhaps one that you didn't even recognize you had. There's something you're looking at within yourself, also could be someone else. You are seeing more clearly now. I'm seeing that pop up in the energy too. We could be talking about another person for some of you. What else? What else can I tell you guys? Oh goodness, okay. We had a card go on the floor. Let's see. We have the Two of Swords. You have been spending a lot of time in contemplation, looking at your own mindset, looking at yourself deeper. Life has kind of forced you into this. This was not something you went into willingly. I'm getting that. But at the end of the day, obviously, it's all you, putting you in these situations. But it's been a tough little journey of you going inward and really having to look at yourself. There's been a lot of wisdom you've gained in the dark. That's what I'm sensing as well. Five of Cups, yes. Definitely could have been a person, either a romantic relationship, platonic, could be any kind of relationship, a parent, and you just wanted this person to change. I'm seeing that in the energy. You wanted things to be different. You wanted this person to choose you, or to show up differently in your life, and they just didn't do that. So you're really stuck with this energy of feeling betrayed. I don't know how else to say it. Sad because of the potential that was lost in this connection. Let me see. What else? I have the Six of Wands. I have the King of Pentacles. I think you were always trying to prove yourself to whoever this person was. The Six of Wands is like doing all these good deeds for this person, like trying to prove your worthiness to them. You really did see them up on a pedestal. And I'm just getting this major disappointment because you did everything that you could to bridge this connection to them. Oh, you gave your all to someone. Your literal all to someone. And they just didn't return that same energy. The King of Cups, you have been forced to look at your own emotions. I'm hearing emotions just weren't something that this other person really dives deep within themselves. They are a pretty surface level individual. They think that if I don't go too deep on anything, then I can't get hurt. too badly about anything. And I think that's just the mindset that they're in. Whereas you are wanting depth, you're wanting major depth in relationships within yourself, and you're chasing someone who doesn't want that. So it's highlighting this wound within yourself for the craving of emotional connection. But what it's really doing is it's opening up an opportunity for you to find your own mastery of your own emotions. The King of Pentacles, the King of Cups is not someone who is emotionally needy. The King of Cups is someone who has mastered their own emotions. Their light, their dark, their depths, their heights. They are accepting of everything that comes through them, and it's just this nice flow. And that's what I think the work here is talking about. That's what you have been discovering is, man, I don't need anyone outside myself to fulfill me. Actually, I'm very fulfilled. In fact, no one or nothing can fill me up emotionally. That's my job. That's my job. So I think that's a fundamental truth that you are coming back to at this time. Let me ask what else I can tell you about this connection, this person, yourself. Let me see. Yeah. I have the Nine of Cups in the Tower, and I feel this energy of, you feel like whoever this was that you were chasing, that they're fine, that you feel like emotionally perhaps they have everything that they need. And the falling apart of your relationship with them has not fazed them. You feel like they still are happy or satisfied enough to be in this spot of contentment. But the truth is, they're just living more on the surface. So they really just don't feel too deep or too high, actually. They kind of, they ride that wave of, yes, neutrality, you could say, which is a nice place for us all to be, is that middle lane. That's the Taoism, right? Like that is, the middle way is best. But the truth about this person is they are not interested in expanding their emotional world. As long, and they sit on this bench here, like the cat is doing, and they wait for, they wait for things to please them, to come in and please them. And that's what you got wrapped up into, you know, the pleasing energy, the overgiving energy, the people pleasing energy to a person that just is never satisfied. And that's, you know, that is their journey. I think that's their choice not to go deep. That is a way to live. But what they won't be experiencing is the depth of a connection like you're craving. They won't be experiencing a deep, profound love, sacred connection. Because they're not interested in going deep within themselves to find that. They just want people to serve them. That's the energy I'm getting. This has given you the opportunity, Four of Wands, to choose yourself. And it was not easy. It was not easy to come to this conclusion of, oh my gosh, I really need to walk away from this person because I am literally depleting of myself in order to give to them. And that's not any sort of good relationship when one person is just giving and one person is just taking. There needs to be an equal give and take, more or less, right? So this forced you to have to really look at yourself and really choose yourself. So that's the blessing in disguise of this relationship. I think you're in the process of that right now, is like really coming back to yourself after something like this. And I think you are you are benefiting a lot from doing that, because you're creating this root system within yourself, again, of not needing anything outside of you to validate you. You're becoming very secure within yourself and in your life. And I think whoever it was that you left behind is seeing that, actually. I think that they see that. I don't know, I'm getting this image of like someone that's keeping up with you, and perhaps just in a very sneaky way. They could be checking your social media or something like that. But they keep tabs on you, and they do this like at like 2 a.m. or something. I think it's something they don't like to admit that they do, but they do it. And they recognize like how, because you highlight like how messed up they really are within themselves, like the chaos that goes on within them, and the cognitive dissonance, and just the hypocrisies. But it all comes back to, you can't be honest with anyone else if you're not honest with yourself. And that's what you highlight in them, because you are a person that wants to be honest, that wants to find that truth, the line of truth in yourself and other people. That's the Judgment card. And you highlight to this person where they're out of integrity. And so they're fascinated by you in a way. They are fascinated by your energy. But also I think they have this really lack mindset, or limited mindset, that says, well, I'm too messed up. I can't do what they do. Or they think that you end up getting hurt in the long run. They think it all comes back to control for them. They want to feel like they're in control. If I make up the stories, if I, make up my personality, try to make people perceive me in a certain way, then I have some kind of control. But really, they're just holding on to the ego. They're holding on to a fabricated part of themselves, but they're craving most the connection with themselves, the true, authentic connection. That's the string that you are leading down. That's your path. That's what you are searching for, is self-actualization, radical self-honesty. And that's just not their goal at the moment. Their goal is still deception, because there's an element of control there that is like a safety net for them. But really, it's their own cage. It's their own grave that they build with that. And it keeps them stuck, and it keeps them in this place of circling, spiraling, and honestly, like, self-hatred, too. I get that with their energy. So, you are deserving of someone that matches your energy, that also is following that route of being a secure individual. Someone that really is emotionally taking responsibility for themselves, their lives, how they show up, how they interact with others. A lot of compassion. You have a lot of compassion, and you're looking for someone with a lot of compassion as well. But honestly, 2 secure individuals, because 3 of Wands, you both have done the solo work to become a secure individual and not need anyone, anything outside of you, truly, because you know that real, authentic, fulfilled connection is you and you alone. And truly, that's all there is just us. It comes back to the law of one. So that's the work that both of you have done. So if you're wanting a connection that is more in line with you, I feel like you are on the way there. But everything in divine timing. It honestly, what I've found is this solo journey, it takes longer than you think it does, but also that it's 100%, million percent worth it. And I feel like the more that you are solo, single, on your own, in your own energy, the more magic, truthfully, that you tap into within yourself, within your soul. And the less you crave someone to fill up your emotional cup because you're so fulfilled with what you've been creating. So let this person be in the past, let them deal with the mistakes that they made. They're just going to be an Eeyore about it and a victim about it, and that just is their decision about it. So let them be, let them do their thing, and you, in the meantime, are doing your thing. You're creating something now based on you and you alone. That's what I think is beautiful about this journey and about this message you need to hear. Okay, let's move on to some oracle cards and get some further messages for you. I'm going to pull from the angel number oracle to start us off. And let's take a look. What does this group need to hear most right now? What would benefit this group to hear? Thank you. I have 717 with bravery. Nice. Nice. I would like to look up this card. But I feel like it's talking about the bravery that you had to walk away from someone and to choose yourself. That is an ultimate act of bravery. Okay, 717 says, have you been questioning whether you're headed in the right direction? If you're following your intuition, the universe's answer to that is an empathetic yes. You will never be sent something you don't have the capability to handle. Those challenges, you never know until you get to the other side exactly what they were guiding you towards. Face down your fears with trust in your heart. I love that. And then the affirmation is, everywhere I go, I prosper. Nice. That is, and that's so true. Like when you're going through a relationship like this, and you're going through like the heartbreak of actually having to walk away, of actually having to create those boundaries with this person, it is a dark, deep, hellish place. And you question, like, why? Why would I ever put myself in this situation? But you don't know until you get to the other side just how magical everything aligns. And that you look back and you're like, wow, I'm so grateful that that happened, because I wouldn't have gained the knowledge, the wisdom that comes from surviving something like that. So, yeah, it's just highlighting your own strengths. And that's your strengths. You walked away based on your own power, and you've been taking back your power. It's not easy. Not everyone does that. So it's highlighting the courage in your heart and the faith in your own heart to guide you. Not for the weak. Not for the weak. You guys are strong individuals. Okay, I like that from that deck. Let's pull from the animal deck now. See what further messages are here for you. What does this group need to hear most from this deck? What would benefit this group the most? Thank you. Ooh, attract through glow. That's the card. Let's read about this card. 18. Attract through glow. This is the lightning bug. It says, notice how plain and unassuming lightning bug is in the light of the sun. Yet in the darkness, he becomes his most magnificent, brilliant self. It is his glow that we all yearn to experience. His glow is magnetic and attracts. His inner light is what lights up other lightning bugs and connects him to what he desires. In receiving lightning bugs medicine, you are being challenged to glow up and attract. Lightning bug uses his glow for many reasons, but one main reason is to connect with other lightning bugs and to attract his mate. Ooh. So whether you are in the stages of attracting your beloved or just trying to level up in the world, lightning bugs medicine teaches us that we brighten our glow by enhancing others' glow. Our inherent being doesn't just desire, but needs to be loved and heard by others. True. This card challenges us to enhance our relationship with others, and in doing so, we live a more fulfilling version of ourselves. When we are seen, heard, and respected by others, we not only feel amazing, but we glow more intensely. How do we improve our relationships with others? Research has shown that when we focus on the positive qualities of others, we begin to experience their positive qualities constantly. This medicine asks you to start a daily journal practice by writing down the aspects you love and admire in others. You will not only begin to see these glowing qualities in others in abundance, but their glow will enhance your glow. Practice this for at least a week and watch yourself and the people you wrote about glow up. Wow. That's it. Yep. Yeah. Oof. So powerful. So powerful. I feel like I'll just share a little personal bit, but like when I was going through my breakup, and that was my dark night of the soul, that was really where I got reborn, and I was going through this period of darkness, very much darkness, and this was when I was first getting into tarot and my witchy side, and I just felt like I really couldn't connect with anyone around me, like that I was kind of on my own little island. But as time moved on and I kept following my own heart through the dark, like my own light, guiding light, it was just guiding me. It ended me up in moving to a different country. I moved from the US to Mexico. Now I'm back and forth, but in Mexico, I got to be a part. I found this community of people that were just like me. Like, we're tapped in and connected, and we can talk about all the witchy stuff. We can talk about the stars. And now it's like I can't even imagine my life without these people or without these connections. But when I was going through this darkness, I didn't know that was possible for me, and actually that it was right around the corner. These connections were coming in. So, and it's so true. I've learned so much about people through this, and you are as well. It's you're following your own light, you're being guided by your own light, and it's guiding you to the right people that are also going to help amplify you, glow you up. I cannot express to you the gratitude I feel for having people actually see me and actually hear me, because it's so disheartening to have people around you that don't get you and they just don't get you. They're just not on the same wavelength. but to find your community of people that truly do, where you have these deep connections with people on such a soul level. I think that is that's what you are experiencing, or that is kind of the path that you are walking. I feel that deep connection with yourself and with other people. And when we're criticizing other people, we recognize that we're criticizing them because we're criticizing ourselves in one way, shape, or form. So it all comes back to us too at the end of the day. But really, the aspect of community cannot be understated. That is really where magic is as well. Holding the space for others to be themselves. Okay, nice. Let's pull from the Moonology next. I am going to ask what is the best message for you guys from this deck. Thank you. Conclusions are within reach. The full moon eclipse. Ooh. This could be a message on timing to say you are going to experience some kind of glow up leveling around eclipse time, which is always in the spring and in the fall. So take that as it resonates, but I always see the eclipses as like an energetic tornado. It's going to come in, it's going to, turn up everything, and then the dust is going to settle, and it's going to settle differently than it was before, but it's going to be more aligned to you and your energy. So keep that in mind. There's something highlighted here about the timing specifically. In the spring or in the fall, whatever you're closest to, there could be some major shifts you finally feel within yourself, ones that you've been waiting for. And just not to have expectations on it too. I'm hearing that as well. Drop expectations about how things are meant to turn out for you in your life, or how you're picturing them. Really surrender to the energies of an eclipse, of that deep transformation. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna pull one last oracle card for this group. And let me ask about what message would be the most important for you guys to hear. Okay. Nice. It says, all emotion is temporary. It's kind of like happy girl, sad girl, and they're just connected right in the middle. So it says, I choose to move forward every day, learning and growing as I go. Life can be challenging sometimes, but it is those challenges that make us who we are all. Oh, sorry, dyslexia or something. Life can be challenging sometimes, but it is those challenges that make us who we are because of how we deal and allow those challenges to affect us. Let's put more energy towards the emotions that make us feel good and recognize the emotions that give us challenges. All emotion is temporary. Change your emotion and you change your energy. True, so much of it is focus. So much of it is focus. But I will say too, when you're going through like a tough emotion, when you're sitting in a tough emotion, and you try to change your focus into something more positive, but the emotion is just still there, it wants to be addressed. It wants to be looked at. And I think that there are ways you can do that honor it and help to transform it and transmute it. So if you're ever sitting in tough emotions, let's say it is like this relationship or feeling like loss from the past, a beautiful thing that you can do is to address it. Whether that's, you can meditate, journaling I found to be a really great thing. I know like when I was going through my breakup, I had journaling sessions with myself to just talk to my ex directly and to tell him basically to F off. Like I was really angry and I was just like writing out all of these true feelings, like I wish I could just blah to him. And I not only wished that, but I made it come to fruition. I didn't, you're not hurting anyone else when you're doing this, but you're helping to express the anger. You're helping to express the negative emotions that want to come out and be expressed. And it was tough. Like I was crying, but I tell you what, I felt so much lighter after doing that. And it's like, that's a layer of healing. You've let go, you've transmuted. So it's not about always bypassing the difficult emotions. Sometimes you do something purposeful to help you process, and it's not always pleasant and it's not always pretty. And that's pretty ugly to tell someone to F off, let's say. But honestly, it is so healing and so transformative, and you're not hurting anyone, especially when you're not telling this person to their face or messaging them or something. It is just me and me, because you recognize at the end of the day, you're mad at yourself for putting yourself in this situation. And so that's what I want to say about emotions too. It's beautiful to, yes, redirect your focus to positive emotions when you're in the negative, but don't ignore the negative either. You use tools from your tool belt of healing in order to transmute them. And that's what's going to really give your power back to you. So that is your message, and that concludes this mystery reading. I hope you guys found some nourishment here. Come on back whenever you need more nourishment. These readings are timeless and they are here for you to utilize. So hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the next reading. Bye.